Once upon a time in the village of Kambani, there lived a child named Edissa. Edissa was unlike any other child in the village because when she was born, everyone noticed something unusual. She had both a male organ and a female organ. Edissa's parents, Ndozi and Kwame, were surprised and worried at first. They didn't know what to do or how to explain it to the villagers. But Edissa was a happy and healthy child, full of laughter and curiosity. As Edissa grew older, the village elders gathered to discuss what this meant. They consulted the wise elder, Mama Zai, who was known for her knowledge of ancient stories and customs. Mama Zai listened carefully to Edissa's parents and then spoke softly. In our land, there are rare souls who are born as Omabu, meaning they embody both male and female spirits. They are believed to bring a special balance and wisdom to our community. The villagers were still unsure, but Mama Zai continued, Edissa is a gift from the spirits. We must embrace and celebrate her uniqueness. Let us observe her growth and learn from her. From that day on, Edissa became a beloved child of Kambani. She played with the other children, helped her parents tend to their crops, and always had a kind word for everyone she met, but not everyone in the village understood. Some whispered behind Edissa's back, while others openly questioned her parents. One day, a group of boys teased Edissa, calling her names and making fun of her differences. Edissa felt hurt and confused. She ran to her parents, tears streaming down her cheeks. Ndozi and Kwame held her close, comforting her. They knew they had to teach the village about acceptance and understanding. The next morning, Ndozi and Kwame gathered the villagers in the center of Kambani. They stood proudly beside Edissa and spoke passionately about love and respect for all people, regardless of their differences. Mama Zai stepped forward and shared an ancient tale of a great warrior who was both fierce in battle and gentle in spirit, embodying the balance of male and female energies. The villagers listened intently, slowly beginning to understand. As the days passed, Edissa's story spread beyond Kambani. Travelers came from distant lands to meet the child who was born with both a male organ and a female organ. They marveled at her wisdom and kindness, and word of her spread across the continent. Yet, challenges still lay ahead for Edissa and her village. Would they continue to embrace her uniqueness? And what adventures awaited Edissa as she grew older? Edissa continued to grow into a remarkable young person. Her days were filled with learning from Mama Zai about the traditions of their people and exploring the vast knowledge hidden within their ancient stories. She had a natural gift for healing, using herbs and remedies passed down through generations. As Edissa reached her teenage years, she faced new challenges. Some villagers still struggled to accept her, despite her gentle nature and contributions to the community. But Edissa remained resilient, supported by her loving parents and the wisdom of Mama Zai. One day, a neighboring village faced a terrible drought. Their crops withered, and their people grew weak from hunger. Edissa felt a calling deep within her spirit to help. With her parents' blessing, she journeyed to the village alone, carrying only a pouch of herbs and her compassionate heart. When Edissa arrived, she was greeted with skepticism. The villagers were wary of her dual nature, fearing she might bring bad luck. But Edissa calmly approached the village elders and offered her assistance. With Mama Zai's teachings guiding her, Edissa spent days and nights tending to the sick and bringing life back to the parched earth. She brewed healing potions, sang soothing melodies, and prayed for rain with unwavering faith. Slowly, the village began to see Edissa's true essence. Her kindness and dedication transcended their fears. Soon, children gathered around her, eager to learn from her wisdom. Adults sought her advice on matters of the heart and spirit. One evening, as Edissa sat under the starlit sky, a gentle rain began to fall. The villagers rejoiced, believing it to be a sign of the spirit's blessing. Edissa smiled, knowing that her journey had been guided by a higher purpose. When she returned to Kambani, Edissa was welcomed with open arms. The villagers celebrated her bravery and compassion, realizing that her unique spirit had brought them closer together. But Edissa's story did not end there. As she grew older, she continued to inspire others with her courage and kindness. Her name became synonymous with hope and acceptance throughout the land, reminding everyone that true strength lies in embracing our differences. And so, the tale of Adisa, the child born with both a male organ and a female organ, spread far and wide across Africa. Her legacy endured through generations, teaching people to look beyond appearances and honor the beauty of every soul, and perhaps, one day, another child like Adisa will be born, carrying forward the spirit of love and understanding that she had so graciously bestowed upon the world. Years passed, and Adisa continued to grow into a wise leader within her village. She became known not only for her healing abilities but also for her deep understanding of the balance between male and female energies. As she entered adulthood, Adisa took on a new role as a mentor to the younger generation. She taught them about the ancient traditions of their people, emphasizing the importance of respecting all individuals regardless of their differences. One day, a neighboring kingdom faced a conflict that threatened to engulf the entire region in war. Leaders from both sides sought Adisa's counsel. Knowing her reputation for wisdom and impartiality, Adisa traveled to the kingdom's capital, where she met with the rulers and their advisors. She listened carefully to both sides, sensing the underlying tensions and grievances that had fueled the conflict for generations. With her gentle yet firm demeanor, Adisa proposed a series of peace talks mediated by neutral parties. She encouraged the leaders to focus on common ground and shared aspirations for their people's future. Her words resonated deeply with the rulers, who agreed to give peace a chance. Adisa remained in the capital for weeks, guiding the negotiations with patience and diplomacy. Slowly but surely, trust began to blossom between the formerly warring factions. In the end, a historic peace treaty was signed, bringing an end to decades of hostility. The people rejoiced, grateful for Adisa's intervention and the newfound hope for a peaceful coexistence. Adisa returned to Kambani as a hero once again. The villagers celebrated her achievement, recognizing her as a beacon of hope and reconciliation for all of Africa. But Adisa's journey was far from over. Her fame spread beyond the continent, reaching distant lands where people marveled at her story of resilience and compassion. She continued to travel, sharing her wisdom and healing wherever she went. Her presence brought comfort to the sick, inspiration to the troubled, and unity to divided communities. And so, Adisa's legacy grew throughout the world, transcending boundaries of culture and belief. She became a symbol of courage, empathy, and the enduring power of embracing one's true self. As she approached old age, Adisa knew that her time on earth was drawing to a close. But she was at peace, knowing that she had lived a life filled with purpose and had touched countless lives with her extraordinary journey. And as the sun set on her final day, Adisa's spirit soared, knowing that her story would live on in the hearts of those who believed in the transformative power of love and acceptance. In the quiet of her final days, Adisa gathered her loved ones around her. The village of Kambani had grown and prospered under her guidance, embracing the values of unity and respect that she had championed throughout her life. As Adisa looked into the eyes of her family and friends, she saw the reflection of her legacy shining brightly. She spoke softly but with conviction, sharing her hopes for the future of their community and beyond. "My dear ones," Adisa began, her voice steady yet filled with warmth, "remember always that our strength lies in our diversity. Each of us carries within us the potential for greatness, regardless of how we may appear to others." She spoke of the challenges she had faced, the lessons she had learned, and the love that had sustained her through it all. Her words were a gentle reminder of the power of empathy and understanding in building a world where everyone could thrive. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Adisa closed her eyes peacefully, surrounded by the love of her village. Her spirit soared like the eagle that soared high above Kambani, symbolizing freedom and courage. In the days that followed, the village mourned Adisa's passing but also celebrated her remarkable life. They held a ceremony in her honor, where people from near and far came to pay their respects and share stories of how Adisa had touched their lives. Mama Zai stood before the gathered crowd, her voice strong despite her age. Odessa taught us that true strength comes from within, she proclaimed, and that we must always strive to see the beauty in every soul. The villagers nodded in agreement, knowing that Odessa's legacy would endure for generations to come. They vowed to continue her work of promoting peace, acceptance, and unity in their community and beyond, and so, the story of Odessa, the child born with both a male organ and a female organ, became a timeless tale of resilience, compassion, and the triumph of the human spirit. Her journey had shown the world that embracing diversity could lead to extraordinary achievements and profound understanding. As the years passed, Odessa's name became synonymous with courage and wisdom across the lands. Statues were erected in her honor, and songs were sung of her bravery and kindness, and though she had departed from this world, Odessa's spirit lived on in the hearts of all who knew her story, inspiring them to strive for a better tomorrow where everyone could live with dignity and respect. Years turned into decades, and the legend of Odessa continued to echo through the annals of time. Generations of children grew up hearing tales of the remarkable soul who had walked among them, leaving an indelible mark on history. In Kambani, Odessa's legacy flourished. The village prospered under the principles of inclusivity and mutual respect that she had championed. The children of Kambani played freely, their laughter echoing through the streets that had once known uncertainty and fear. The teachings of Odessa lived on through Mama Zai, who had become the revered elder of the village. She recounted the tales of Odessa's wisdom and courage to wide-eyed children gathered around her in the shade of the baobab tree. One day, a child named Kwame, named after Odessa's father, approached Mama Zai with a curious expression. "Did Odessa really have both a male and female organ, Grandma Zai?" he asked, his eyes filled with wonder. Mama Zai smiled warmly, her wrinkled face illuminated by the setting sun. "Yes, my child," she replied softly. "Odessa was born different from most, but it was her heart and spirit that truly made her extraordinary." Kwame listened intently as Mama Zai continued. "Odessa taught us that we should never judge others based on appearances alone. Each person carries within them a unique gift, and it is our duty to honor and celebrate that diversity." The children nodded in understanding, their imaginations ignited by the tales of Odessa's adventures and triumphs. They dreamed of following in her footsteps, spreading kindness and compassion wherever they went. As the years passed, Kwame grew into a wise and compassionate leader in his own right. He carried forward Odessa's teachings, guiding the village with humility and empathy. Across the continent, Odessa's story continued to inspire countless souls. Leaders invoked her name during times of conflict, seeking guidance from her legacy of peace and reconciliation. Scholars studied her life, searching for the secret to her unwavering courage and profound wisdom. Artists painted murals depicting her journey, ensuring that her image would forever grace the walls of history, and in the hearts of those who had been touched by her grace, Odessa remained a beacon of hope and understanding. Her story reminded humanity of the power of acceptance and the beauty of embracing diversity. As the sun rose over Kambani each morning, casting its golden light upon the village, the spirit of Odessa danced among the swaying grasses and whispered through the rustling leaves of the ancient trees. And so, the tale of Odessa, the child born with both a male organ and a female organ, became not just a story of a remarkable individual, but a testament to the enduring power of love, compassion, and the boundless potential that resides within each and every one of us. And so, as the sun set on another day in Kambani, the village nestled peacefully under the watchful gaze of the stars. The legacy of Odessa lived on in the hearts of all who called it home, a gentle reminder of the extraordinary journey of a soul who had taught them the true meaning of courage and acceptance. In the quiet moments before sleep, the villagers would often look to the heavens, where they imagined Odessa's spirit soaring among the constellations. They knew that her presence would forever illuminate their path, guiding them toward a future where differences were celebrated and love knew no bounds. And as the night deepened and dreams carried them to distant lands, the village of Kambani slept peacefully, cradled in the embrace of a timeless story that had woven its way into the tapestry of their lives. For Odessa had shown them that in embracing diversity, they had found the truest reflection of humanity's greatest strength, the power to unite in kindness and understanding. Thus, the story of Odessa, the child born with both a male organ and a female organ, whispered on the winds of Africa, a testament to the enduring spirit of love and the limitless possibilities that lay within each of us.